Hey, what's up everybody? Jake here and welcome to the hobby. We got the brand new Pokemon card set Obsidian Flames in. Are you guys excited for this? I think it's an okay set. It's not a perfect set. We have had Charizard centric sets in the past. There are a ton of them. Some of the ones that I can think of are Shining Fates, Champion's Path, Darkness Ablaze, but this is surprisingly an extremely Charizard-centric set, even though it has a ton of really cool art cards and full art trainer cards. That has nothing to do with Charizard. The top 4 cards from this set are all Charizard cards. We got Charizard EX, Charizard EX, Charizard EX, and Charizard EX as all 4 top cards. The special art rare, we have the gold rare, the full art rare, and the regular versions as all the major chase cards. It's a little bit unfortunate that Charizard is so heavily centric inside of this set. I think there are some really cool cards, like even this Magnezone that is not even a rare card. Normally Magnezone is a rare card, so it's surprising that they put in the uncommon slot, but really cool cards. There's some cool stuff inside of this set. I'm pretty excited about it. Hopefully we can get some really good stuff, and as some people have already seen, the pull rates for this set is very forgiving. Pretty much if you open up a whole entire booster box case, which means 6 booster box of Obsidian Flames, you are very likely to get every single one of the Charizard card. You will get yourself the special art rare, the gold art rare, the full art rare, all within 200 or so booster packs, which is really good odds. This is a very generous set, and that's something that I miscalculated when I guessed the value of the special art rare Charizard. So let me explain. I said in an Obsidian Flames review video that I think the special art rare Charizard will probably end up being $200. Now, why did I think that? Because on the pre-sale price chart, the special art rare Charizard was pre-selling for right around $400, and you can typically expect prices to drop by around half after release. So half of $400, I would expect it to be right around $200. But what I didn't anticipate on, and it's really hard to anticipate, is the pull rates for some of these cards. And it turns out that the special art rare Charizard is not a very hard pull. Wow, that is a very cool secret rare. We got ourselves Artisan, and we got ourselves Darkrai holo rare on the back. That's pretty cool as well. So that's our first major pull. I haven't pulled a gold field card in a while, so Stadium, Artisan, that's pretty cool. I will add it to the background. We are really looking for some of the special art rare cards though, so let's see if we can pull some of those. But yes, the special art rare Charizard is a very, very easy pull. Usually for the top chase card for a lot of sets, such as Brilliant Stars or Lost Origins, the top pull card can take up to 600 booster packs to pull. So right now, TCG Player is saying that the special art rare Charizard EX is currently 1 in every single 200 or so booster packs. You're almost guaranteed to pull it inside of a booster case. If you crack open 6 booster box of Obsidian Flames, which is right around $600, you will probably get yourself the Charizard EX card, but there's really no reason to do that. Even for me, I'm probably going to open up 1, maybe 2 booster boxes of Obsidian Flames, and that's pretty much it. We don't really need to crack open more of that for this specific set. I think after opening up 1 or 2 booster box and getting yourselves some decent cool cards, such as some of the special art rare cards, because there are some pretty cool ones for this specific set. Some of the ones that I definitely want has to be the Scizor, as well as the Ninetales, and maybe the Pidgeot, Pidgeotto, and Pidgey Trio. Those would be some of the big ones. The special art rare, specifically the trainer ones, I just don't think really do it for me. If I pull the Charizard card, any of them, I'll be pretty happy. Even though I'm not a huge Charizard collector, pulling Charizard is fun, even for someone that is not a Charizard collector. So that's pretty much what I want from this set. And overall, this set has just not really performed well. There's just no one really excited about it. There are people cracking it open still, because let's be honest, this is the release weekend for Obsidian Flames, so there are a ton of people cracking open this set, and there's a lot of fun to be had here. Some people have pointed out that if you open up your Elite Trainer box, you might end up getting nothing good. People are showcasing that they open up their Elite Trainer box for Obsidian Flames, and the only thing they pulled was a single ultra rare card or something of that nature, and that can definitely happen, especially for an Elite Trainer box. However, I will say that Elite Trainer boxes have actually improved quite a bit over the past, because you actually get a promo card now, and the promo card for the Elite Trainer box is the really cool looking Charmander card, which I'm sure everyone wants. That's a super cool card, and we pulled the Charizard EX! And we pulled the Charizard EX. Wow, maybe this really is an easy pull. Talk about that. The odds of you pulling this is 1 in every 6 booster box, so it is an easy pull. It is not a hard pull. The centering on this card is kind of poor. Let's look at this card up close. We pulled the Charizard EX. I can say it. I'm not a huge Charizard collector, but it's still a decently cool card to pull. Yeah, it's very nicely designed. The centering on this card is off, for sure. This is an easy PSA 9. This is definitely not a 10. Maybe still worth getting graded though. Ooh, maybe not with that corners. Actually, it's not bad. This is not terrible. It's still probably worth getting graded. The centering is definitely a little bit off, but it might not be the worst case scenario. Solid card. We pulled the chase card. There you go. Obsidian Flames. I haven't pulled the chase card for Paldea Evolved, Scarlet and Violet Base, Silver Tempest. So I haven't pulled the top chase card for a bunch of sets. But this one's an easy one. So maybe that's a reason why you might want to crack open Obsidian Flames, is because the pull rates are a little bit easier, a little bit more forgiving. 1 in every 200 or so booster packs, you're going to get yourself a secret art rare Charizard EX. That's rare. It's still very rare because, you know, 200 booster packs is not cheap. A lot of other chase cards are just significantly more challenging to pull. If you think about something like the Fat Pikachu inside of a Vivid Voltage, that card is incredibly hard to pull. I haven't looked at the pull rates for that card, but it's rare. Some of the older sets, some of the top chase cards, which are very cheap, are actually super duper hard to pull. Some cards like the, ooh, we got another cool card back here. We got ourselves the Melmetal EX. Okay, that's pretty cool. All right, I always like Melmetal. I think Melmetal's a cool Pokemon, so I like that one. So in general, the pull rates for this one's actually very forgiving. And that may help it, or it may not. I don't really know. I don't really know if that's really going to help this set long term. I think this set is definitely a little bit underrated right now. No one seems to care about it, and that can be a little bit of an interesting insight. Perhaps that means the Pokemon Company will not restock or reprint it. Perhaps that means people will ignore it for a couple of years, and suddenly, boom, it becomes super expensive because everyone forgot about it and no one really collected. No one hoarded like they are right now with Lost Origins. Because I can tell you right now, I know people out there with 20 plus Lost Origin booster boxes. It's too many. I can tell you how many Lost Origin booster boxes I have. I have one. I have one single Lost Origin booster box. I know that there is an ongoing reprint or restock of Lost Origin right now, and I just have no desire to add any additional sealed products for it inside of my collection. The only Sword and Shield era set that I have multiple copies of booster boxes of is Evolving Skies, and that's just because Evolving Skies is an absolute banger, and I would feel really disappointed in myself if I only had, you know, one booster box, because I do think maybe down the line I'm going to want to crack open a couple of booster packs with my kids in 20 years, and just having a couple of handy. Oh, Houndour. Oh yeah, that's very cool. I accidentally called Houndour or something in my Japanese booster pack opening, and I already forgot what Pokemon I thought Houndour was. Oh, I remember now. It was Poochyena. Okay, they're very close. They're both dark type dogs. Help me out here. They're very close, right? They're very close. Okay, I remember now. I called Houndour Poochyena. That's my bad. That's my bad. Although, in all honesty, that's pretty close. They are both dark type dog types. So let's go with that. That was pretty darn close, though. Okay, that's our first actual art rare card, and the Umbreon in this set is really nice as well. The Japanese version of this card is like $3, and this is like an uncommon card. So there are some really interesting cards even in the common and uncommon space. This set is fun, and I will tell you, I do believe Obsidian Flames is easily going to go for below $100 in the next month or two. By Christmas time, by Black Friday time, by the holiday sale season, I expect some pretty darn great deals for booster boxes. For both Paldea Evolve, Scarlet and Violet Base, Obsidian Flames, I think all of these sets are going to go on pretty much fire sale very, very quickly. it's just gonna be a very easy place to start collecting a ton of really cool Pokemon cards. Obsidian Flames. It might be the new best introductory set. What do you guys think? Is Obsidian Flames a good introduction set to Pokemon card collecting? Especially once this set gets cheaper. I do think it's going to get a lot cheaper. I don't think there's a ton of people hyped for it right now. There are some really interesting cards in it. It's got art rare cards, it's got special art rare cards, and it's got a Chase Charizard, which every single newbie collector kind of wants. They all want a set with Charizard in it because they think Charizard is the best card ever. And that's usually an okay starting point, is to have a set with a decent chase card that everyone recognizes. That's usually what I recommend, because that's usually what people want. They come to me and they say, hey man, can you give me a set that has a strong chase card or has a lot of value inside of it? And maybe Obsidian Flames is an okay set, because you do get a little bit of everything. You get some art rare cards, you get some full art trainer cards that are going for, you know, 10, 20 bucks, nothing crazy. But then you have a decent chase card. It's nothing crazy as well, but still the Charizard EX is a very strong starting point. And you never know, with the odds, it might be pullable, which is really interesting, because for a lot of sets, I simply do not expect to pull anything good. Because pulling something good is so gosh darn rare, you know. For something like Lost Origins or Evolving Skies, you can open up a whole entire booster box and get really nothing that you really wanted to collect. You don't get any of the alt art cards, the top chase cards for the sets. The most gorgeous looking cards are usually going to be those top alt art cards, because everyone wants them and they are really good looking. And those are so hard to pull. Even if you open 300, 400 booster packs of Evolving Skies, you might not pull a single Umbreon VMAX. And that's the reason why Evolving Skies booster boxes are so expensive. It's because they are so hard to pull, and that really justifies the value of the Umbreon VMAX. It's a really hard set to pull anything really good from. While a set like Obsidian Flames, there's 4 decent Charizard cards. There's really 3, the Full Art EX, the Gold EX, as well as the Special Art Rare EX. Those are the 3 top chase cards for this set. And if you pull any of those, you would probably be pretty excited. Even if you don't pull the Special Art Rare, I think if you pull the Gold Charizard EX, you're still pretty happy. It doesn't look nearly as good, but for a newbie collector, that's not what they really care about. They just want to see something really shiny, and they're excited about that, and that's all that really matters, and I'm okay with that. I will say, I'm feeling a little bit lonely in terms of the art rare department. We've only pulled a single Houndour. I guess the Charizard EX counts as a illustration art rare, so we've pulled 2. I really want to see a couple more though. I think they're kind of not that easy to pull, or am I crazy here? I wish that they were a little bit easier to pull. Yeah, we're just not getting any of the art rare cards. The only one I've really seen so far is the Houndour, and I know that there are some other ones that I do want to collect from this set, so hopefully we pull some of those. And we haven't seen any decent full art trainer cards either. The big one, I think, is the Gita card, and Gita is unfortunately no one's real favorite trainer. We got ourselves the Vespiquen EX card. Is it Vespiquen or Vespiquen? Because it's missing one of the E's in its name. So don't know how to pronounce that one. We're well halfway through our booster box, and I know I pulled the Charizard EX, which is the top chase card for this set, and I am very happy about that. But somewhere deep in my heart, I can't help but say that I feel like my pull rates are a little bit lackluster. I know I pulled something really good, but it's not about the value of the cards. I just want a couple of decent art cards. I feel like if I got 3 or 4 regular art rares by now, I would be more happy, if that makes sense. And that's where it feels a bit weird. There are decent cards, but I think this is the exact same problem with Paldea Evolved, is that the top chase cards are so few and far between. And I know that they aren't that hard to pull, but I'm just expecting a little bit more from these art rare sets, right? It's because we have, ooh, Glamora EX, okay, full art card, terrible centering, but that's all right. We got ourselves our first full art Pokemon card. All right, interesting. I was kind of expecting I still want more art rares. I think that's what is the issue right now, is that there just aren't enough art rares. There's plenty of art rares. That's not the problem. They're just not coming in these booster packs. Just need a little bit more of a fun pack opening experience. I'm not really feeling that right now. Do we pull something? Glamora EX again! Glamora, is there any texture on these? No, but man, the holo is really intense. That's a pretty intense holo pattern right there. All right. We got ourselves a decent stack of booster packs left, and hopefully we get some more art rares. I know I sound like I'm complaining, and I know I pulled the Charizard EX, but from a pack opening experience, I think I would have a lot more fun with just a couple more art rares. I know sometimes it sounds like I'm being too harsh on some Pokemon card sets, but that's really because I really enjoy the hobby. I love Pokemon card collecting, and sometimes when you love something, you can be a little bit more harsh on it. And I love opening up booster packs. I have a lot of fun opening up booster packs, and I really value the booster pack opening experience. I love opening packs. There's value and entertainment in it for me. Even if I don't pull something good, I think if I had fun opening up packs, then it was worth it in the end. And sometimes when I'm not having a good experience, I like to bring that up, and I like to explain why I'm not having a good experience. And usually it comes down to perhaps my expectation of a set. So this is a set with art rares, right? So I expect a certain amount of art rares from my booster box. Even if they're not expensive art rares, I just want to see a couple of art rares. Something like the Scizor EX. That's exactly what we're talking about. Actually, it's a regular Scizor, but that's pretty cool. There we go. A very nice card. It's got a very interesting color palette. Very red. A deep dark red hue, which is very rare. This is a cool card. And on the back, we got ourselves Toxtricity as our regular holo rare, but this is what we're talking about. I would love to see a couple more art rares inside of my set. I think for art rare cards, I usually want to see around, I would say 6 inside of a booster box, and I haven't gotten that. I've only gotten 3, so most likely this booster box, we're going to get 4 art rares, which to me feels a little bit lackluster for a set with art rares. Hopefully they can come a little bit more often, because that's really where the enjoyment's at right now. I know that each one of these booster packs now come with 2 holographic reverse and a holo rare, but those are kind of duds, right? Because everyone wants the art cards. They're all so pretty, and that's really what we're looking for. And I'm definitely happy about pulling the Charizard EX, but still, I just want to have an enjoyable experience, and I'm thinking that it's getting there. I would say this set is probably a 6 or a 7 in terms of fun. I still think Crown Zenith is going to give you the best pack opening experience, and that's only for the English side. Once you get into Japanese sets, their pack opening experience is phenomenal for these top sets like V-Star Universe and VMAX Climax, where every single booster pack, you're getting yourself multiple holo rares and an ultra rare inside of every single booster pack. And you can even get better booster packs than that once you start talking about God booster packs. Even the Pokemon 151 set in Japan, they do it better, right? Because they have stuff like the Master Ball, which adds a little bit of interesting experience into your booster box when you are constantly just looking for every single holographic reverse. Any holographic reverse inside of Pokemon 151 can be an interesting pull, right? And that makes it interesting that you said, oh my goodness, I got the Master Ball version of a very cool card. And that simply doesn't exist in English, which is just unfortunate. I wasn't sure if I was going to be interested in the Master Ball holographic reverse, but now I think it's brilliant. I think it's an absolutely amazing idea, and I'm shocked that they didn't include it in the English version of Pokemon 151. I think it sorely needs something to liven up the experience, make the pack opening experience just a little bit more interesting. The Master Ball is a great way to not really add any additional art to a set, while still making the experience a lot more fun. And it doesn't really hurt anyone to add the holographic reverse Master Balls into the set, so that's why I'm all for it. It doesn't hurt anyone at all. It only adds to the experience. So that's why I was all for it now. I was a little bit worried because I was worried that it was going to make the set way too expensive. Like, it's already really expensive to collect Japanese 151, and the Master Balls are a part of the reason, but it adds so much excitement to the set that I think it's absolutely worth it, because when I am opening up 151, I'm seriously looking for every single, oh my goodness, we got ourselves the Cleffa. That's pretty much all I want from this set. We got ourselves the Charizard EX, we got ourselves the Scizor, and we got ourselves the Cleffa. The only card that I'm really missing from this set that I really, really want is the Ninetales. And that's pretty much it. We have ourselves all the chase cards from Obsidian Flames. Isn't that crazy that I pulled all the chase cards that I want from Obsidian Flames from a single booster box? I don't think this has ever happened before. Never in my life have we experienced something like this. So yeah, okay. This booster box really hit it home at the end. I would say this is exactly what I'm looking for. Still, it could always be a little bit better, but I can't complain. This is pretty much what you want from a set. And we pull ourselves the Ice Q EX4. All right, this does it. I don't think I can give this set a bad score. It's got interesting art rares. It's got interesting full art trainer cards. The pack opening experience is all right. I would probably give it the exact same score as Paldea Evolved. These two sets are probably equivalent. I was a little bit harsher on Paldea Evolved. I know that. And do I feel like I would have changed my score for Paldea Evolved? I don't think so. It's still not that great of a set. And as many of you guys have noted with Obsidian Flames, unless you're really into Charizard, there's not much here for you. You could pick up the Scizor, the Cleffa, and the Ninetales on the secondary market in a couple of months for probably like $10 for all three cards, and that's all you really need from Obsidian Flames. Then there's no reason to even open up a booster box. But if you do open up a booster box, I will say the pull rates are a little bit more forgiving for this specific set in terms of the top chase card. So that's pretty nice to know. Final booster pack, and then we'll move on to our final thoughts on this set. We got ourselves Togekiss, Holo Rare on the back, and let's move on. Really cool looking Charizard card. This is one that I would never purchase on the secondary market. If I never pull it, that's okay. I just wouldn't have it inside of my collection since I'm not a huge Charizard collector. But if you do pull it, I'm happy to have it inside of my collection. It's a nice memory to know that I pulled it from my very first booster box of Obsidian Flames. That's pretty cool. Final thoughts on this set. It's all right. It's definitely extremely Charizard centric. And if you don't want the Charizard card, you can probably pick up any cards that you do want from this set on the secondary market for way cheaper than a booster box would ever cost you. So just do that. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys next time.